Hello students, my name is Sumit Sharma. I am working in St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management, Gurugram, as an assistant professor in computer science department. So, this is our next lecture of web series of web designing. In the last lecture, we had done with Internet Service Provider ISP, website planning and website designing. I hope you have understood these topics very well. Now, today we will discuss about website, Microsoft front page, various front page views and steps to adding links, pictures or background to a web page. So, let's we start with first topic of today's session is website. So, what is website? Basically, website is a collection of hyperlinked web pages developed and maintained by a company, organization, university, or an individual. So, a website is a collection of web pages and related content that is identified by a common domain name and published on at least one web server. It is a collection of related web pages with a common web address. Here, related web pages means if I am opening any education purpose website, then all its pages related to at that particular institute or particular organization only. That's why it is a collection of related web pages. Okay, so all publicly accessible websites collectively constitute the World Wide Web. There are also private websites that can only be accessed on a private network. Example, virtual private network, such as a company's internet website for its employees. Websites are typically dedicated to a particular topic or purpose, such as news, education, commerce means e-commerce, online shopping related, entertainment or social networking. So hyperlinking between web pages guides the navigation of the site, which often starts with the home page. Users can access websites on a range of devices, including desktops, laptops, tablets, and smartphones. So, the software application used on these devices is called a web browser. We already discussed in second unit about the web browser. In the first unit, web browser. So, websites can be used in various fashions: a personal website, a corporate website for a company, a government website, an organization website, etc. Websites can be the work of an individual, a business or other organization and are typically dedicated to a particular topic or purpose. Any website, I'm talking any website, can contain a hyperlink to any other website. So the distinction between individual sites as perceived by the user can be blurred. Websites are without doubt the most important element of the internet. And the central page of the website is called a home page. Home page means introduction part of that particular institute or particular organization or particular business. So the introductory part is always available on a home page. So this is usually the first page you can see when you call a website up, and can also be called a start page or index page. So this is the basic introduction about the website. Now we have various steps involved in developing a website. So what are the steps? Now discuss as below. The first one is gathering information. Gathering information means in this step we collect why we use this website, means purpose, our goals on target audience. So this stage, the stage of discovering and researching, determines how the subsequent steps will look like. So the most important task at this point is to get a clear understanding of your future website purposes, the main goals you wish to get, and the target audience you want to attract to your site. Such kind of a website development questionnaire helps to develop the best strategy for further project management. News portal differs from the entertainment websites and online resources for teenagers looks different than sites for adults. Different types of websites provide visitors with different functionality, which means that different technologies should be used according to purposes. A well described and detailed plan based on this pre-development data can protect you from spending extra resources on solving the unexpected issues such as design changing or adding the functionality that was not initially planned. Step 2, planning. Planning means at this stage of the website development cycle, the developer creates the data that allow a customer to judge how the entire site will look like. Based on the information that was gathered together in the previous phase, the site map is created. Here is the site map of the ABC software website, any website. The site map should describe the relation between the main areas of your website, the main content of your website, the focus point of a website. So such representation could help understand how usable the final product will be. It can show you the relationship between the different pages of a website, so you can judge how easy it will be for the end users to find the required information or service if he starts from the main page. Basically, the main reason behind the sitemap creation is to build a user-friendly and easy to navigate website. If we are not able to use computer, so from the main page we are able to navigate whole website. So the sitemap allows you to understand how the inner structure of a website looks like, but does not describe the user interface. Okay, so sometimes before you start to code or even work on a design, there is a necessity to get approval from a customer that everything looks fine. If customer says yes, so you can begin the next phase of developing. In this case, a wireframe or mockup is created. A mockup model is created. A wireframe is a visual representation of the user interface that you are going to create. But it does not contain any design elements such as colors, logos, etc. It only describes the elements that will be added to the page and their location. So it's artless and cheap in production sketch. Now, third step, design. During the design phase, your website takes shapes. Your views take shapes. As the visual content such as images, photos and videos is created at this step. So once again, all the information that was gathered through the first phase or first step is crucial. The customer and target audience must be kept in mind while you work on a design. The website layout is the result of a designer work, we already know, and it can be a graphic sketch or an actual graphic design. The primary function of the layout is to represent the information structure, visualize the content and demonstrate the basic functionality. So layout contains colors, logos, images and give a general understanding of the future product. After that, the customer can review the layout and send you his feedback. If the client is not sure about some aspect of your design, you should change the layout and send it back to him. This cycle should be repeated until the customer is completely satisfied. Then goes to the next step, in which content writing and assembly. So what is content writing? So basically content writing and compiling usually overlaps with other stages of website creation, and its role cannot be underestimated. Means at this step it is necessary to put in writing the very essence you would like to communicate to the audience of your website and add calls to action. Content writing also involves the creation of catching headlines, text editing, writing new text, compiling the existing text, etc., which takes time and effort also. As a rule, the client undertakes to provide website content ready to migrate to the site. It is better when all website content is provided before or during website coding. The next step is fifth step is coding. So at this step you can finally start creating the website itself. Basically, graphic elements that have been designed during the previous stages should be used to create an actual website. Usually the home page is created first, okay, and then all sub pages are added according to the website hierarchy that was previously created in the form of a sitemap. So frameworks and CMS should be implemented. CMS stands for Control Model System. Should be implemented to make sure that the server can handle the installation and setup smoothly. All static web pages elements that are designed during the mockup and layout creation should be created and tested. Then special feature and interactivity should be added. A deep understanding of every website development technology that you are going to use is crucial at this phase. So when you use CMS for site creation, any control model system, so you can also install CMS plugins at this step if there is a need. The other important step is SEO. SEO stands for search engine optimization. So what is SEO? SEO is the optimization of website elements that can help you site achieve higher ranking in the search engines. Website elements like title, description, keyword. Basically SEO depends totally on keywords. And once again, valid code is pretty important for SEO. Okay. The sixth step is testing. So testing is probably the most routine part of a process. If we launch any product or any thing in the market, then the testing is very important, most important routine of a process. So every single link should be tested to make sure that there is no broken ones among them. You should check every form, every script, run a spell checking software to find possible typos. You'd use code validators to check if your code follows the current web standards or not. Valid code is necessary, for example, if cross-browser compatibility is crucial for you. After you check and recheck your website, it is time to upload it to a server. A protocol is called FTP. FTP stands for File Transfer Protocol. Software is used for that process to upload the data on a server. After you deployed the files, you should run yet another final test to be sure that all your files has been installed correctly or not. So this is a part of testing. And the last step for involved in developing a website is maintenance. So what is maintenance? So what's important to remember is that a website is more of a service than a product. It is not enough to deliver a website to a user. You should also make sure that everything works fine and everybody is satisfied, and always be prepared to make changes in another case. Feedback system added to the site will allow you to detect possible problems the end users face. So the highest priority task in this case is to fix the problem as fast as you can. If you want, you may find one day that your users prefer to use another website rather than put up with the inconvenience. So the other important thing is keeping your website up to date on daily basis. If you use a CMS, regular updates will prevent you from bugs and decrease security risk. So these are the various steps involved in developing a website. Okay, now goes to next slide, in which we are discuss about front page. So what is front page? Basically, front page is a part of Microsoft Office. So here we are discussing about front page 2003. Means here we are discussing about Microsoft front page, Microsoft Office 2003. So it is one of the most popular web page creation software program available. It allows you to create a web page just like you would create a document in Microsoft Word, and also adds functionalities such as templates and wizard to the web page. Basically a front page website is a site created in front page. It contains web pages, graphics, documents, multimedias, almost any kind of file you want. More importantly, a front page website also contains hidden folders and files that support front page specific functionality. These hidden items are the front page metadata for your site. So many features of front page are like XML supported, scripting supported, advanced CSS, cascading style sheet supported, color coding, database support, and special character support. These are the features of front page. That's why we use to create the website also. So in next slides we are discussing about various front page views. Okay, so basically in Microsoft Office front page 2003 there are several ways you can look at the content on your website as you create it. By using different views of your pages, as you design, publish and manage your sites, and by this you can make the whole web creation more effective. So if I'm talking about the various front page views, the first one is page view. So you can choose from 4 page views depending on how you want to view and work with your pages. So there are 4 subcategory of a page view. First one is design phase. So you can design and edit web pages in the default page view, design view. The second one is code view. So you can view, write and edit the HTML text yourself. It is easier for you to remove any code that you do not want. Third one is a split. So you can review and edit web page content in a split screen format. It offers you to simultaneously access both the code and design view. And the last one is preview. This view see a quick preview of your site as you are designing it. Use this view to check small changes before you commit to them. Second view of a front page is folder view. It is used to work with your files and folders directly. So you can also create, delete, copy and move folders in this view. It is similar to Microsoft Windows Explorer and it supports drag and drop feature also. The third one is remote website view. It is similar to folder view but shows your site as compared to the remote website. It enables you to examine the two sites side by side. So you can use remote website view to publish an entire website or to selectively publish individual files. The fourth one is reports view. So front page provides a number of reports about the site status and traffic that can be accessed directly through front page. So it allows you to analyze the content of a website after running a report quickly. You can calculate the total size of the files in your site. The fifth one is navigation. So it provides you a hierarchical view of your web pages. Means it enables you to arrange the pages in your site by clicking on a page and moving it to a new location in the site. The sixth one is hyperlink. This unique tool gives a bird's eye view of how your website links to files that are internal and external. How every file relates to every other one can be examined. The last view is task. So it displays all the tasks in your website in a column format. Means task provides current information about each task under various headlines. So these are the various front page views. Now In further slides we are discussing about if we want to add pictures or hyperlinks or background to a web page. Now first one is to adding picture or graphic to a web page. So these are the basically steps to adding pictures or graphics to the web page. The first one is adding picture or graphic. In a page view, at the bottom of the document window, click design icon, place the insertion point where you want to add a picture, then on the insert menu, point to picture and then click from file. Locate the file you want to add and then click insert, then picture is inserted. Now adding hyperlinks to an existing file or web page. Basically a hyperlink is text that can be clicked to go to some other web page. So select the text or the picture that you want to use as the hyperlink. Okay, then if you do not select text or a picture, the destination URL is displayed as the hyperlink text. On the standard toolbar, click insert hyperlink icon. Under link to, click existing file or web page, then select the page or file you want to use as a destination. So by these steps you are able to adding hyperlink to existing file or a web page. And the last one is how to add background to a web page. So these are the steps to adding background to a web page. In page view at the bottom of the document window, click design icon, then right click the page and then click page properties on the shortcut menu. Click the formatting tab, select the background picture checkbox and then click browse. Locate and click the file that contains the background picture you want and then click open. If you want to add the picture as a watermark, select the make it as a watermark checkbox. So these are the steps to adding pictures or graphics or adding links and adding background to a web page. Now I am going to provide you some important questions based on today's topic so that you will get an idea that which type of questions come in university exam from this topic. So here are the questions. The first one is, what is a website? So it is a collection of web pages. Write down steps to developing a website. What is a front page? It is also called what is a Microsoft front page. So describe various front page views. There are 7 views. Explain the steps to adding pictures, links and backgrounds to a web page. We already discussed. Okay. So this is the end of the today's session and also today end of the unit 2 of web designing web series. So thank you for watching my video. Have a nice day. Hope you will watch my next video in which I will discuss about third unit topics. Okay. Thank you so much. Stay connected with us. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.